Alright, now we got Gizmo at 7:25 a.m., Thursday, November 20th, 2014. Well, look, there's a Coors Light can that's been added to the collection of other beer cans at the foot of our driveway. How nice of our neighbors to go all the way to the end of our driveway just to throw beer cans on the ground, and they don't do it anywhere in their yard anymore. Gee, I wonder why they do that.
The world may never know.
The world may never know. What an enigma. What a riddle that must be. All right, Gizmo, keep your spots on. Yeah, I think y'all might be early release on Friday. I got my responsible vending class Friday at 10.
Will be a lecture behind you, right? So you just your fire.
Yeah, I'm sure that must be what it is. But if you've had both an ABO card and a responsible vending machine certification from the state of Louisiana, then you are considered to have advanced certifications in being a gas station attendant. Wow. That looks like General Patton himself right there. He's wearing slacks, business suit. He's wearing a freaking suit.
That's the front of a Ducati, but
wow,
it has the back of. It has the front and the back of a sports bike.
Yeah.
But it's built like a Harley.
Shame he didn't have little doors over the sides so he can cover his legs up. Well, he might go through a mud puddle or something, and the mud might splash up on his legs. Get his slacks dirty and his little cute little shoes that he has. Business attire. Gizmo, why are you fussing? What is your problem? Why are you so upset?
Oh, should change my back one.
You see those cars? You can't go chasing them, honey. They'll run right over you. Is that what it is? Yeah, you know you can't do that. Now you better just quit fussing about it, because it's not going to change. If I let you out right now, you wouldn't know what to do. You'd be running after all these cars and you'd get run over. So you just need to do something about that, Gizmo. Right? I hear you, Giz. I see you there. Do you have a Fabulous Friday tomorrow?
What's that?
Do y'all have Fabulous Friday tomorrow? You gotta have money for that? How sad, Gizmo. See, she can't stand it. She can't stand to look out a window and not be able to be a free dog, you know, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness thing. It's just breaking her heart. And she's just a dog. I wonder if we read Thomas Jefferson's words to her, how she would react. She might recite the Pledge of Allegiance right then and there. Look at the fog. It's the fog. The mist.
They should release that fog.
Yeah. The fog.
Shut the fuck up.
7:29 a.m. Do you know what your dog is doing when you're driving your child to school?
Hey, what's up?
We'll drive around just to see what the car line's like this morning. 7:30 now. You know, we never do the car line drop off anymore. And this little car is so fun to drive around these curves. This is just like driving in the Indy 500 in slow motion, really slow motion. So y'all were the Mariners?
Yeah, I know, it's really shitty. Super shitty.
You know what a Mariner is?
No, I don't give a shit.
Well, there's Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and you know what the famous quote is from that?
What?
Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
I think that means they're in the sea.
Yeah. He is the only survivor of a crew on a ship, and everybody died except for him. And he walks around with an albatross, which is a type of bird, hanging from his neck, which is supposed to be, it's a dead albatross. It's hanging from his neck to show that the albatross died on the boat. Everybody's dead.
How the fuck did they die?
It was some kind of a strange thing that had ghosts and stuff like that. It's a great poem.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You should read it. You would enjoy it. Or you could just Google it and have basically the story explained to you.
Yeah, okay, bye.
All right. Have a great day.
Stay. Stay, Gizmo.
Gizmo
3
may
o'clock.
not go to school, Gizmo.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock then. Bye. Lock the door, thanks. Bye.
What?
See you later. There's Mr. Poe. I'm sure he's related to Edgar. Now, this is a man who looks like Edgar, but is not named Edgar. He is Eddie. Thunder and Eddie was still going steady in the summer of 75. 7:33. When he believed his bottle, had a bottle of rosé instead. I'll meet you anywhere you want, your Italian restaurant. Yep, yes, Mom, I know. You can't hardly stand it, can you? You can't stand it. You can't stand it. I really need to pee. myspar.org. Cause I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. Cause I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. I swear, and I swear, by the moon, stars in the sky, I'll be there, and I swear, like a shadow, the sky on the side, I'll be there, for better or worse. I hear you, Gaz. No, you don't have to explain it to me. I understand. I understand, Gaz. Really, it's all right. It's all right. I know. Come here, Gaz. Come here. Have a seat. Sit down. No, not over there. Not on me. Sit down. Just sit. Try just to sit, you know. Sit and be happy. If the skies above you are gray, you are feeling so blue. If your cares and burdens seem gray all the whole day through, there's a silver lining that shines in the heavenly land. Look by faith and see my friend. Trust in His promises. Yeah, you can tell. Gas is $2.54. It's still too much. Needs to drop down to about $2. $2 a gallon. I must urinate. I really must urinate. I can't quite stand it. It's 7:39 here on Shreveport Barksdale Highway in the great city of Shreveport, Louisiana. Thunder and Eddie is still going steady. The summer of '79. Eddie, ooh, I didn't mean to make you cry. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. plenty of sunshine. Life is a cabaret, old friend. You don't bring me flowers anymore, 'cause I shot the sheriff, yeah buddy. I wanna hear some song, Dixieland, pretty mama, come take me by the hand, take me by the hand. Pretty mama, I wanna dance with your daddy all night long. I wanna hear some song, Dixieland. Pretty mama, come and take me by the hand. Take me by the hand, pretty mama. I wanna dance with your daddy all night long. You get down the fiddle and you get down the bow. You kick off your shoes and you throw them on the floor. Dance in the kitchen till the morning light. Louisiana Saturday night. Get us, baby, up all night, tearing my love apart. Are we the same two people we live through years and time? Every time I try to walk away, something makes me turn around and say, I can't tell you why. Oh no, baby, I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. That time at Lube, they've had a sign up since the beginning of the summer, at least, saying now accepting applications online. Roland could walk into a store like that and be the manager. He used to own his own mechanic shop, and all the guys answered to him. He had his own team of mechanics that worked for him down in New Orleans, Nolans. So even if he just wanted to work part-time there, all that is changing oil out, oil, lube, and filter jobs. And they got pits there, so you don't even have to bend over. He says he can't bend like he could, so that's what I see. And most of the time, if you don't walk into management there, then they hire you part-time anyway, you know, so. Or door greeters at Walmart. A lot of elderly people get those jobs. And just stand there. So, stay Gizmo. Good girl, Giz.
You told us good. I said you told us good.
Must be. How you doing?
How you doing?
Can I press check too?
No, ma'am.
Oh. Hi, how are you?
Boom. All right. She's gonna tell you for the key on that one. What's this for? She got it first too. I'm calling her now. I'm gonna call you first. I'm gonna call you first for the debit credit, baby.
Debit's fine.
All
Just
right.
for one more time. $0.85. I try not to spend it all in one place.
Everybody move the money around a little bit.
Share the wealth, right?
Here you go, bro.
Thank you.
You have a great day. You too.
Wow. Was a burglary at Raceway on Hearn Avenue last May. Just after midnight. In one night in May. This car reeks of urine. I'm going to have to get some kind of spray. Now, Roland told me that car he got was bought for her by her landlord or her boss or somebody. I think she said landlord, who just bought it for her out of the goodness of his heart, and she makes payments to him. I was just wondering, though, if the reason Roland doesn't want me to take my tags off my car, so maybe can have them to put them on hers. That wouldn't surprise me. But you would call that a delusion to say that there's no basis in reality for me to say that. Well, the basis is that it's extremely unlikely that anybody would go out and pay $4,000 to buy somebody a vehicle just out of the kindness of their heart. They might give you their vehicle if they have an extra one, like I got my Durango from the church, after they've carefully considered the matter and chose a family to give it to. So, and that was because an engineer owned the Durango before me, and he wanted to donate it because he had given it to his son, and his son bought a new car. So, his son didn't need it anymore, and he didn't want it, so he decided to do a nice thing. But, you know, and I'm not saying it doesn't ever happen, though, because obviously it does. Sometimes people do those things just out of the kindness of their hearts, even though it doesn't happen often, you know. So I'm not saying that that couldn't have happened. But it's very rare if it does, and then that likelihood of that being true is one thing, and then the likelihood that Roland is telling me the truth is very rare as well. That's all he does is make things up and lie to me, so I don't find out about whatever these expenses are that he was turning in and lying about, which I've never approved and never would have. I wouldn't be buying things for other people. I have a little boy. It's 13, you know, I only need $450 to pay for my teacher certification program registration. So, you know, that was something that would just never happen. Because nobody does that. Nobody has money in their pocket and just gives it away unless you're Oprah Winfrey, you know. And to make that kind of assertion is ridiculous for anybody to say anyway. Oh, yeah, she just bought these things and gave them to us. Oh, yeah, she said we could go out and buy cases and cases of beer and clothes and toilet paper and groceries. No, she just said we could, so we did. You have to have power of attorney to use somebody's credit card and bank account. And that has to be that has to be reviewed by a judge and approved by a judge. It's called durable power of attorney. And consent to searches, if there's no search warrant issued by a judge, the consent to the search has to be explicitly given. It has to be given free of duress, voluntarily, with the full knowledge of what you're consenting to. Can't be, oh gee, she nodded, so she understood, so hey, it's okay. I just thought she agreed. That's not consent, and I'd have the statutes and the case law to prove that. So, there's no question that is a false assertion. And the cops know that. You can't misunderstand that and give things away and stuff like that without court orders, purchases and stuff like that, and spending money. I just thought it was okay. Even if you think it's okay, you still have to go through the courts to do it. Somebody might give you their debit card once or twice to use. But if you use it all the time, and just assume that they think it's okay and you don't get explicit clearance to use it to buy certain things, then you don't have consent. And, that's it. Eva's never spent a dime on me or Jake. And nobody else on our street has either. So anybody who says different is lying. So I'm just going to sit here and charge this phone. 7:57 a.m. I'm parked on the curb directly across the street from our driveway. I'm just going to sit here and charge my phone. That woman turned off her downstairs porch light right when Jake and I stepped off the foot of the stairwell to get in the center, coming down from the second floor of our building where Jake and I live with Rollins. Guess I better start watching some YouTube videos about how fixing a serpentine belt in a water pump. That store manager walked out to that closet outside. I don't know what. She turned around. I don't know. She was talking to somebody and the other girl about hiring somebody. I want third shift though, so I can work a different job during the day. Either substitute teaching or something else. This stuff with Subway. Doesn't leave me feeling real good about that. But Jennifer told me she thought that I would go right into management and it would just be me training in her store for a couple of weeks and that would be it. Well, the 3 days that I did work were weeks, I think a week apart. So, even if she says she lost my phone number, she still was spacing the days that I worked a week apart, and I've trained people myself in other jobs I've had. And, just when you're training somebody, usually, you want to train them, close on days that they're working, close together and training on days that are pretty close to being consecutive days so they don't forget what you're teaching them. And she told Alex, I told Alex what the deal was. And she went and asked Jessica when Jake and I were at Walmart the other night. And she came back saying, well, Jessica tried to call you and called you several times. You never answered. And she couldn't get a hold of you. And she put you on the schedule, too. Well, 2 weeks ago, I wasn't on the schedule. I went to pick up my check before yesterday, 2 weeks ago. They only paid me for 2 days on the check I picked up yesterday, which means I didn't get paid for training. Because I worked 3 days, and that paycheck I had yesterday was only for 2. And then I also did the training day. Or the orientation day when you have to do your tax forms and everything. I have to review my footage to see when the last day was I worked. It was on Sunday, I believe. Sunday before, yeah. It was the Sunday before our last payday. The payday before this last payday was yesterday. So 2 weeks before yesterday was the last payday. It was the Sunday before that. And before that, I had worked 2 other days in that same pay period. A week it was one Saturday and then a Thursday. And I didn't work at all. Unless that Sunday. See, the pay period is, I think it's Monday through Sunday. And paychecks are issued on that Wednesday. Or was it the week before that I worked on that Thursday? Well, regardless of the fact, I've worked 3 days in store training and had 1 day of orientation. So if they didn't pay us for the orientation, then that's one thing. Unless that Sunday that I worked was before the last payday. So that would have showed up on this paycheck. I mean, 2 weeks passed since then. Unless that was part of the new pay period for the next check. But I don't think that's the case. It would have been the second week. this past Friday, or let me see, this past Sunday, was the last day of this pay period for this paycheck, I believe. Let me look at this. Check and see. The date's messed up on there. Didn't print right. Regular hour, 6:18 amount. That's only 2 days pay. Period ending on November the 11th. Today is the 20th, so yesterday was the 19th. 19th. 18th, 17th. Sunday was the 16th. Friday was the 14th. Thursday was the 13th. Wednesday was the 12th. So Tuesday was the 11th. Yeah, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah. That's a Tuesday. So the 11th, and then the paycheck for that wasn't until yesterday. All right, Giz, come on. Gizmo. Gizmo. You want to get out? There you go, Giz. Be free, move the way you want to. Within reason. She runs. There she goes. She's running. That's all she does is run. She loves to run. She is the most energetic dog I have ever seen. Well, Jessica told me yesterday in the store that she lost my phone number, which is different than what Alex said. Alex said she called me and couldn't reach me. I never returned my messages. I think my message thing says my name on it. But even if it doesn't, she could have called the wrong number and thought that she was calling me. But the first thing she would have done would have been to call the home office to get my phone number. I lost your number and I put you on the schedule. Great. I mean, I was a manager myself for years, and I'm not just as an employee manager, but in leadership positions I had. If I lost somebody's phone number, and there's a home office to contact, I just call the home office and ask them for it. You know, so. That doesn't ring true. Well, here comes a pedestrian walking down the street. He's white. You better be careful. He might get jumped around here. Raceway murder back in May. 3 suspects were arrested. The guy who was shot actually drove himself to the hospital, shot in the back, and was beating on the doors of the emergency room to get in. And, oh, there's Fifi. Oh. Yep, see? Sure, Roland wants the car. Move, Steve. Fifi wants in. And here comes Roland. With a stick. Or he's got a lash or something. Acting like he's the hot shit. That's stupid. He's the one that let him out. And of course, they're gonna run. I almost parked out on the street, so. Yeah, see, that's abusive. Now here he goes. This car reeks of the smell of urine. And he's kicking the dogs now as he's going back into the house. Our apartment upstairs. So I'll just sit here and charge my phone some more. It's 8:13. I mean, I was parked at the end of the driveway on the street, and they know this vehicle, and that's why they ran to me. And I drove into the driveway, and they were running right along with me. Oh, here comes Roland. So they were coming back, and yeah, it was an unusual circumstance, but they were coming back into the yard, you know, with me, and were actually playful. As you can see, if you review the tape, they were running alongside me along the central. So there wasn't any reason for him to do that. What you doing, Roland? Do what?
My car must have been in some hill.
Oh, really?
So you got little bumps over
Huh. I guess so. You're right. It does look like hail bounced off of it. That rain? I didn't know if it. I didn't know it hailed. It's all over the hood, though.
Yeah.
There's little dots all over it. I'll be back up. Well, that's what he said. I'm Jeanette Spangler. I do not consent to searches, surveillance, monitoring, or supervision. Get back up the stairs. My left knee's not as... It's supposed to be my good knee, but I gotta use my other good knee more than I use my left knee now. I know you doggies didn't have enough time to pee and poop. Y'all ran down the stairs and ran straight up to the Centro. Go pee. He ran y'all right back up. He didn't stop to go use the bathroom. He runs them like that. They ran out to the Centra and came back into the yard and Roland ran them right up the stairs. Those 5 cigarettes Roland left on the car. Yesterday, I only smoked 2 of them. Roland took the rest of them. They were menthol, so. He said he didn't like menthol. So he didn't leave them for me. And he didn't leave any for me this morning either. And I very much would like to have a cigarette. I guess I was going to start buying my own again. And I hate to buy them because I don't want to buy packs of them. Either that or just don't smoke anymore. I've cut down dramatically. Smoking 4 or 5 cigarettes a day, sometimes no cigarettes at all. Sometimes only 1 or 2. So I have never stepped foot in the grounds of an apartment or had any contact with the woman who lives down there waiting for visitors. She has big dice hanging from her rearview mirror along with stuffed animals. Well, isn't she cute? Eight 17 a.m. Thursday, November 20th, 2014. Roland smokes like a chimney, which is hard for me to understand how he can afford it if he can smoke a pack a day. Easy. I don't know how he can afford that. Just for 1 month, $3 a day, that's $300 a month on cigarettes. Well, let me see. 30 days in a month. Excuse me, not $300. What am I saying that for? $90 a month. That woman turned off her porch light the very second that Jake and I stepped off. the stairwell to leave from our second floor apartment here to get in the sun trail. Downstairs lady did that. I didn't see her outside anywhere. She didn't open her door, but just what she did. I wonder if the birds are going to come visit on the other side of that piece of wood there. I do not consent to searches, surveillance, monitoring, or supervision. I've never received supervision. Nobody ever spends a dime on me and Jake but me. And my son Jacob and I have never had any contact with any of our neighbors and never have any contact with anyone on East Boulevard Street except for our housemate Roland. On occasion, Jacob very rarely speaks to Roland. When he sees him. So, this is our refrigeration over here. These are meatballs I bought yesterday at Brookshire's. This is a pizza I cooked last night that I bought at Brookshire's. Look home. That's what we don't have any electricity, so and this is Roland's Medicare statement. I don't know. It was in their sales flyers I just picked up. Jake wants a Pentium i7, Pentium Core i7. I wrote it down. How are you today, Kat? How's it going? You doing all right? Good to know it, Kat. Kat is content to sit. And that is all Kat does. I hope somebody kills that man or tortures him in prison. What he did to that girl, Elizabeth Dugard, or whatever her name was. I think her last name was Dugard. And I think he is what he is, so you think about people like that. I realize that those kind of people are just monsters. And, I think the right thing to do with pedophiles is to put them, you know, in the gas chamber. And you're talking about people that feed off of the most helpless and vulnerable citizens of our country. I mean, that's what their minds are cared for. I don't see how it's being humane by allowing them to continue to live that way. Even if they're not molesting children, they still have the mindset. And they have to be supervised so they don't do it again. And they do it again. Anyway. No, all of them.